Hello, this is Shane Clacken coming to you from Helena, from the 69th legislative session in Helena. And today I want to talk to you about a couple of bills we had in the Judiciary Committee this morning. The first one I want to talk to you about is House Bill 316. It is the personhood bill. What the purpose of the bill is to define when a person is a person. And this bill, it aims to make that definition so we can put it in our Constitution, say a person is a person at conception. And there's some scientific basis behind that. As you may have seen on videos where there's a flash of light when a human egg is fertilized, and there's literally a flash of light, and that's one of the scientific arguments for point of conception being when a person becomes a person. And of course, this pushes it back against the CI 128 initiative that passed and soon to be executed as law here in Montana. And we had lots of proponents. We had 11 proponents. Among them was the Montana Family Foundation and some other people with some very good scientific background. And then we had 17 opponents. And the opponents basically centered around the idea that CI 128 has made abortion legal. And this really isn't addressing abortion. What it's addressing is when a person is a person. And we had some robust discussion about that. One of the items that came out of that was IVF, in vitro fertilization. That is a technique where a woman gets pregnant. It's a scientific process where that egg is fertilized outside the womb, and then when it's viable as a fertilized egg, it's reinserted into the womb and hopefully it attaches. That was one of the big sticking points in my mind anyway, of why the personhood bill is not a good bill. I believe it is a good bill. And of course I am pro-life, so that would explain my position on that. But watch that as it comes through a legislative session here in the next few days. And another bill I want to talk about is House Bill 300. Much like the House Bill 131 that talked about keeping men out of women's spaces, House Bill 300 now is talking about keeping men out of women's sports. Again, highly charged discussion about that. Around the idea that not everything is as it seems as far as sex, male, female. In the traditional Christian point of view that I have, there is two sexes, male and female. And the idea behind this bill is to keep men out of women's competitive sports so they don't cheat women out of a position for a scholarship, those kinds of things. And what we do want to recognize is that men in women's sports, men competing as women, they're different. Men and women are different. So some don't see that distinction as clear cut as some of us. I do support keeping men out of women's sports. And with that, that's just a quick update I want to give you today here in Helena. It's the end of the day today. Judiciary is very busy. We had a lot of bills on second reading in the House, and we passed a lot of bills also on third reading. Just want to let you know, if you want to keep up, go to the legislative website, legmt.gov. You can also go to my website, shaneclacken.com, to view these videos, or to the X, Instagram, and Facebook accounts that I also post to. Also, if you want to get a hold of me with a phone, you can call my phone, 406-217-6107, or you can text 406-217-6107. And remember, on Thursdays, I'm going to be on the radio KXLO, 1030 to 1040, somewhere along in there, and we'll update you some more. Thank you.